What's good, everyone? Welcome to a new YouTube video. In today's video, we're going to break down the trade that we just took live on stream and on Zoom. This was the trade that we took. So we did have an aggressive entry at the start of the day, which law of large numbers, you have to somewhat take these trades, although they are aggressive. Waited for the pullback, and then we did finally get some traditionals that went to those completions. And it pretty much took us into the overnight full halfway back short. So I just took those profits off, which I just explained to the members live on Zoom, calling it early on the day, and nice weather in the UK, so we're going to have a barbecue with the nice weather that we've got. 890 on the day, and I did also trade on my funded futures accounts as well. I got the balances on the Topstep accounts that have been taken out now, so the $23,000 payout that I submitted this morning has all hopefully been approved. That's $100,000 on the year with Topstep so far, which is incredible. So I'm going to do a video on that. Make sure to subscribe so you get that video notification. I will put the trade short after this now, so you'll be able to see the actual trade live. It'll be sped up on 16, and you can see here along at 22,052. I do move my stops up, and I use my targets as well. I put my targets up and pay myself along the way. Did take one losing trade to start the day, but then you can see here pretty much risking 10 points at the open price, and this one pretty much ride somewhat risk-free, and you'll see here I do end up taking full profit for $890 on the day. So you can see here the last target, and I got 5 micros left, and you see I take this into the final target, and there you go. Okay, so now you've seen that, we'll break down the actual trade that we took. So you'll see if I just bring up my trading view screen, and I will show you the trade that we had. So I just said to the members, we're obviously stuck the halfway back short, and gun to my head, they run these highs, and obviously this RTH halfway back has to hold. The only reason I've not stayed on is just purely because the ES was not holding, and I don't really trade the ES, but I like to see them both in tandem, and the fact that we just tagged the 62, it doesn't mean the trade isn't valid 100%. It just means I like it less. And also the Fangman and the top 7 stocks at the time, the video was down on the day. So the fact they're pretty much mixed / down, it just didn't really make me want to trade. So I think, the open price holds and we do gun higher and go into that 158s to 160s. That's ultimately where I think we go. I'm already up on the day, and I've already had a good trade. But if I had to, I would say this is probably the traditional that takes us up into extensions. If we didn't have this halfway back above us, and if we didn't have the daily completions that we've had now, as I broke down on the morning live stream, these negative 100s from Trump's tweet up here at, let's just break this down, sorry. It's such a large level, it's not even worth, in my opinion, just pressing longs too much. I would rather just get in and get out, and those trades are still worth taking for me. They're just obviously not as long. But this here, once we traded this short, we obviously had traditionals, which I broke down this morning, all inside here. And ever since then, I'm still trading some of the long side, but as you can see, we are completing shorts, and we've just traded another halfway back inside this zone. So I'm just going to bring over the trade of 8 screen so you can see, like I say, this was the long that we took initially out of the gate, which was it was a really aggressive waiting for this to rebalance, ultimately got stopped out, which you can see down here, and then we did finally add into these trades. So I'll show you the actual trade in terms of what we took. So I'll just take this off for now, but you'll see if I just take this off so you can see what we actually had at the time. If we go back to around here, and you can see we traded a 61.8 from the open, from the RTH, sorry, from the ETH. All that really means it's the electronic trading hours, so it's from the open at 6 p.m. and that is what you see here is all that trading action. If we just have the RTH, so the regular trading hours, obviously you won't see any of that. So you will just see the traditional that we are in now, which is just the halfway back, okay? So you won't see anything else, and obviously if this holds, super clean. But if we actually go on to the electronic trading hours, we can see we've already traded a traditional, which is just simply a halfway back, and we have already gone to targets. So that target has already gone to this negative 23. So if I just put on this arrow tool here, you can see entry to target, and this was at the time entry at the 50, risking the ATRs at the time were, I think, 38. Let me just go back to here. So the 1.5 ATR in this is showing as 46. So stops would have been 46, and targets on this was 77. So 1.6 R trade. I didn't actually risk that much points on there. It's normally about 30 to 50, which is usually what my stops are. I was actually risking previous day low from Monday, and that was around 014, so 20,000, 22,014. I'm getting mixed up with the contract rollovers because we've just gone to September as opposed to June, so all my numbers are wrong. But that was the trade that we took, and again, that was live on Zoom. We do have, oh, and there she goes. So there we go, back up into that zone. Same anchor new high trades, and we do have completions above us at 22,166 if that completes. That is a same anchor new high. So we do have the masterclass call this Thursday. We have a half a day on Thursday, so we're going to do the masterclass live call. Anyone that is already a masterclass member, you'll be able to join the call, ask questions about anything that you've got with the course. And on Friday we are going to take a day off, so we have large options expiry. I think it's like $4.3 trillion worth of expiry on that day, so I'm probably going to take that off and have a bit of an earlier weekend. But hopefully you like this video. If you like it, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.